Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with the day 4 load prompt. And as you know, the theme of load is James Bond movies. And so in today's prompt, we learned that the name James Bond came from an ornithologist that Ian Fleming had read and was very fond of his works. He was an amateur ornithologist himself. And the guy's name, of course, was James Bond, and he liked the simplicity of it. And the plan was that he would be surrounded by so much intrigue and beauty and chaos and crime that having a name, a simple name, and in the I guess it was the Casino Royale book, which I think was the first time that the character said Bond, James Bond, and but Dr. No was the first movie, and he said it in that movie. Sean Connery did. So anyway, I thought that was fascinating. So our prompt is to scrap about the origin of a name and to include some feathers or a bird image in the honor of the ornithologist. So I'm starting with this Vicki Boutin pre-done mixed media page, and I'm going to do some stamping on it. I have a black and white photo of my sister when she was in a stroller, and it's amazing to look. It's a all metal stroller, and it's kind of bent. The handle's kind of bent, so I'm thinking it wasn't new. I'm thinking it might have been a hand-me-down stroller from me because I'm 4 years older than her. And this photo, I think the date on the back of the original photo said that it was in July of 1951, which would have made her not quite like maybe 9 months old. So anyway, let me put this aside, and I'll put all this aside, and I'm going to just use some circular stamps to stamp inside these circles, and then we'll see where we go from there. Let me get some. Now this mixed media paper, in my experience, stamps really well. It takes stamping really well, so I'm hoping that it does again. I'm hoping that it'll work this time too. Okay, I like that. And let me get this big one. I want to use over here. So I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to put this one here. I'm going to use this swirly one. Next. And I'm going to do it there. Oh, I like that. Okay, and this one, it's not a lot different from that. And I think I'm going to do, I am going to go ahead and use this one on one of these because I'm running out of the larger size. Let me do it here. And I also want it there, but I'm not sure where yet. I'm going to do another swirly one down here. And I may be putting the title over this one, so I'm not too worried about repeating that pattern. Let me repeat this pattern right down here. And the photo may cover part of that, so again, not worried about repeating. And let me get this original one that I used. This stamp set, I have no idea where it came from. I've had it forever and lost the packaging, and I've lost even some of the stamps. So I'm going to do this one with the lines kind of going up and down. Maybe like that. And what the heck do I guess I'll do this one again up here. You can tell that these have been used. They don't want to stick to my block anymore. I kind of like this paper because the little streaks that kind of come down into the circles that are part of the underlying mixed media that Vicki did there. Those kind of look like the fade ins and fade outs of the in the movies, the Bond movies, where they're kind of streaks coming down and then they go to some fabulous exotic scene. Okay, let's see. I think that needs to be, this is squared. Let me get that squared. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the frame down and start building, and then once I get well, actually, let's see. I want the frame there, and the flower is going to be like there. So I want my circle to be kind of right there. So I've got to place everything so that it ends up that way. Okay, and that's fine, because what I'm going to do is this is going to go on top of it or kind of somewhere around it. All right. Oh, okay. I took the backing off just a little too soon. Just a little. All right. Let's get this here. And I'm going to layer these feathers. This satisfies the you know what? I put that down way too soon. I want that there. And this one here. And then the flower needs to have some foam behind it, or does it? I'm just going to put it on the, it does need foam because I'm going to have to move it over there. This would be fine right there. Let me just put some liquid glue there. And the frame is going to raise it up like the foam would. Okay, that's raised up plenty. So now this shows me that instead of coming down here, it needs to be right here. I'm going to use this this scalloped trim. It's from another collection, but the color goes so well with this color, and I had this piece of it kind of left from a put it under this flower so that it's kind of resting right there. I had this branch that I thought I might use, but it's a little too big, and I guess I could do it, but I don't think it adds anything to the page, so I'm not going to use it. Put it up there. And I thought about putting some colorful butterflies or something, and I just decided not to. I kind of want to keep it fairly minimalist. I'm going to put this guy right there. Now, the big thing is going to be the title. And the title is going to be Let's Call Her, and then Patrice. But where it says the details, I want my journaling to kind of be in this yellow area, enclosed by this bit. So I'm going to put Patrice. I'm going to maybe work it backwards. So I'll pull the E out, and I probably want to give myself that much space. And then I need a C. I'm gonna lift this up and glue it back down with some liquid adhesive. And I need an eye. I'm gonna take this little eye with a dot. And this mixed media pad and the floral and the alpha are part of the Discover and Create, but I believe those feathers are print shop. I could be wrong. I need an R, and I don't want an orange R. I'll go with this black one. And I need a T. I'm going to go with this gold one that's kind of that same color. And I need an A. I wish I had a small A, but I don't. So I'm going to go with this white and black one. And I need a P. And I'm going to go with the blue one that has the little gold heart inside. And I think you can kind of still read that. I'm okay with that. And I'm going to print Let's Call Her, and I'm going to print it in white pen. So it's risky because white pens don't always work like you'd like them to. I have had good luck with these Signo Uniball. One of those has a little more ink than the other one. So I'm going to shake it up. And if I don't if it doesn't work, I'll print something and go over it. So the story I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, I had to concentrate there. Let's call her Patrice. And I'm going to write my journaling in black. When my mother gave birth to my sister, they were at a loss for a name because they were so sure she was going to be a boy. And they had a name picked out. I think they had a boy's name picked out for me too. And so once disappointed, they figured that the baby gender gods would be kinder to them second time around. And sure enough, Patrice was a girl. And so they had no idea. And my mother had been in the hospital for a day or so. My parents didn't have a car, so my dad was walking home or walking to the hospital from work one day, and he passed by the marquee of the local movie theater, and there was a movie starring Patrice Munsel. I ought to check and see what movie of Patrice Munsel's was out, and I may be able to Google that. And so when he got to the hospital, he said, "Let's call her Patrice." And my mother just loved it, and so that's how her name came about. So that's my story that I'm going to write right here. I won't make you watch me do that. Very simple page. I have the feathers for the technique prompt, and I'm talking about the origin of my sister's name. Do I need a stamp right there? Maybe a half stamp? I don't think so. It's not a distinct circle, and I'm happy with that and the fact that I repeated this over here. So I'm good with it. Thank you for watching. Bye, and happy National Scrapbooking Day.